Hi Lily, Derval. Just a quick video here. I say it's quick, it'll take a couple of minutes, but it's going to help you kind of just refine the stuff that you need to do. And you won't need my help and me to kind of, I suppose, sit with you by making this video. Okay. Kind of like the other video that you're obviously doing the modeling. So at this point, Lily, you made the car. Okay. And you were putting your colors on it yesterday and you were asking about, I suppose you were asking about. Now I have a little Formula One model car here saved on my screen as well, so bear with me. I'm just going to open it up. And this is the one I did to create the video. And you were asking about editing out photos. So that's the first thing I'm going to show you here. This will just take a second to do. Okay. Now, yesterday, what you did was you got images of the car in specific positions and at different stages. And I showed you about pulling this thing, the blue bar here, if you click and hold and you pull it, that's called a rollback bar, basically. Now, you have yours colored appropriately and so on. All right. Now, I'm just going to really quickly show you different ways. Okay. So I'm going to take about 3 stages. Okay. So I'm going to do the exact same as you did yesterday. So you go to your snipping tool. I know you've this done now. I'm going to go new. There's my snip. I right click on the image, I go save as, and I told you yesterday, I think you saved it in your downloads folder. Now, you may need to do this again, Lily, because you're in a different PC. Hopefully, before this video, I may have been able to save it with you from that PC onto another one. Okay. So look, there's the downloads folder. I'm going to call that image number 1. I'm just going to say car 1 actually. And it's in my downloads folder and click save. Okay, so now what I do now is I'm going to pull the rollback bar down to the next stage. Let's say it was this stage. Okay, and this is number 2. Now I'm only going to do a couple of them as an example, but just to show you. So here's number 2. Right click, save as, and you will go car 2, whatever you want to call it, or 2 car, whatever it is. Okay, so there we go. All right, I'm going to close that down there now, and that's the car model. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close this down for a second or click don't save. Um, all I'm going to get you to do, okay, I want you to open up a tab in Chrome or Google and I want you to type in the words remove background. Now your one will come in with colors, Lily, yesterday because you saved your images with colors. This is me just showing you an example. So when I type in remove background, the first thing that'll come up here is a really handy tool. I get a lot of my 5th years or my 6th years to use this for their project. So this little app here, click on this. And all you do is you're going to go straight away to this icon here that says upload image. You click on that. When an upload image is selected, your window will open up asking you to find your file. Where's your file? Well, mine is in the downloads folder. And I go car 1 and I click on it and I click open. And it's going to start editing it and hopefully it'll remove all that background and just leave the image. Watch. There we go. Really handy. Straight away, what I do is I click on download. That has been downloaded. Okay. Now I want to do my second one. So I go over here. Now that window seems to pop in there. Sorry about that. There's a little box here. It's actually hidden behind it. I'm trying. Oh, there we go. I can move that guy. Just going to move this. Sorry, that's just me, my video editing tools. If you click the plus icon here, you can now get a new one. So I'm going to go car 2 and open. Car 2 is going to come in, or the image for 2. And it's going to remove the background. Really handy. And click download. Now, just to show you, if I go into my folder down here, usually at the bottom of your screen, you'll have a folder. And that'll take a second. And if I go into my downloads, you'll see the original car was here. This was the second car. They were the ones I took the pictures of. But here is the background one. Car 1, remove background. And it'll just come in with the image. And car 2, the exact same thing. You can take those images and you can put those of the different stages of the car manufacturing process into your PowerPoints that I think you're doing it on Canva. Okay. So you can take those images and put them in that way. Okay. Obviously, you're going to have to get those, and yours will look nicer. They'll be in color as well. Okay. So that's how you do the removal and you download the pictures. Okay. And you've been putting loads of pictures in, so you're very good at that stuff already. All right. So the next thing I'm going to show you now, Lily, is yesterday I would have sent you an email with what's called a drawing sheet file. Okay. Now, bear with me now. I'm just going to open up my emails. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. Sent you an email, Lily. Yeah. yourself and Caroline. Here it is. Okay. So I sent it to you and Caroline. So here's in the email. In the email, you'll see a little file here. It's drawing sheet fifth year. I just did the same one I used for my fifth year DCG students. And all you do is you click on the download symbol. Okay, that'll download. Then in SolidWorks, you need to open up that drawing sheet now. So this is something new for you. You've often gone File, New, and you've selected a part. What I'm going to get you to do is I want you to go up to the word File. If it's not up there, hover over SolidWorks and it will appear. Click File, click Open, and then straight away go to your Downloads folder and find the drawing sheet. And here's my drawing sheet. Click on Drawing Sheet and click Open. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how to make your page kind of customizable to you. So the first thing is this is like it's like an A3 sheet of paper that you do in class. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change some of these things down here. Okay, to change those, what you're going to do is see sheet format here. You've got tabs, drawing, annotation, and so on. Kind of like in when we were doing the normal one, you would have had features and sketch. Okay, but I'm going to get you to go to sheet format, and the only way you can change this stuff here is by going sheet format and edit sheet format. I have it locked in that way. Now, what you're going to do here, fifth year SOLIDWORKS, what are you going to change that to? Double click it, and you're going to call it F1 in schools if you want, or you can do all capitals, I don't mind. You could do it F1 in schools, 5 page, put all my capitals on, proposal, 5-page proposal, something like that. Okay, double click title, and we're going to call it Model F1 Car Practice. I don't mind, you don't have to say that. You might just want to call it Model F1 Car. Name, so what's your team name? So PSI 27. Measurements in millimeters, maybe put in today's date. Obviously that'll be 23rd. Sorry, I shouldn't have got rid of everything there. I made a mistake there. There we go. Double click it and just change the, so click here. I should be able to move that. There we go. So that is, let's say the 23rd of the first, 25, something like that. Okay, and let's say you don't want the school logo here, by all means you can leave that there, but if you want to delete the school logo and put in your own logo, you absolutely can. So you could click on this and click delete on the keyboard, DELETE, not the backspace, DELET, delete that. And if you have like your own logo, what I would say to you is you could put the logo in there, but make sure and maybe do the remove background on the logo as well. It'll kind of come in without anything there. But if you want to just put it in as it is, absolutely fine. So you could put the logo in there. I'm just going to put the school crest back in there. Okay. Now, to get into editing the rest of it and you want to not be able to change this stuff here, you click this icon here. And after I click that icon, you'll see if I double click on any one of these, I can't select them. I'm trying to select them there and I can't. The only way to change them is by going sheet format, edit sheet format. Now that you've that done, wherever you have saved the car, what I'm going to get you to do now is you go up to the drawing, you click on model view, and what you're going to do is you're going to go down to this icon here that says browse and click on that. You have to find your car wherever you have it saved. You may have it saved in a folder, Lily, or you may have it saved on your desktop. Usually that folder will be on your desktop screen. I just have the car here. So I'm going to go desktop and click on F1 model. Click on that and click open. And watch this, a little box will come in on the screen. It'll take a second, here it is. I'll zoom in, click, then look, that's the elevation view. And if I just move, it'll bring in the end elevation. Now that's the back of the car. And then I'm going to bring it over to this side, and there's the front. If I do this end, that'll be the bottom of the car, but I want this side, this is the top of the car, as we look down top of it. There's the orthographic view, is really easy. Now I want a nice little 3D view, so if you go off here at an angle, you can get this one. If you go at this angle, I don't think it's appropriate, but if you want to put it in, you can. But all you do to stop the tool, what do you always press? We press escape, and there we go. Now, if you click on the box, you can move it, but you can only move it when you hover over the corner. See the way the cursor changed, the little cross symbol, click and hold. There we go. Now I'm going to get these guys. I'm going to zoom in, click and hold. I'm going to pull this over, I'm going to pull this into the middle, and I'm going to pull this one in. Now, the other thing I think is it's a little bit small. So what I want to do is if you click on the main image, the elevation view, you come over here. Now this is a little bit small, sorry, I'll pull this out. And if you scroll down, you'll find a heading that says scale. And you can see here, if yours says use sheet scale, change it to use custom scale, and you can edit this. See the way it says 1:2, that's the semicolon. So I'm going to change that is to 1:1 and press enter. We'll see, look, it'll get bigger. Now that's probably a little bit too big. So I'm going to go 1:1.25, make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Now I think that's perfect. I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to pop him down here into the corner. Now the next thing I want to do, haven't done that, I'm just going to move this a little bit. Oop. I'm going to move this up here, over here a little bit. There we go. And now what I want to do is I want to put this guy in color because you've done it in color. We don't want the orthographic views in color. We just want this guy. So if you click on this image, you'll see we've got this thing called here display style. And if you click on this one, it'll give you with edges, and this one is kind of without edges. So it's up to you. You put one of them two, and you can choose which one is your preference. And when you're done, all you do is click the green arrow. Now these ones here, what I would say to you here is you only want to show hidden detail. So the same thing, click on this view, and then come down here, and the hidden detail one is this one. You'll see here, see this second one, hidden lines visible. And what's good about that one is you'll see then it comes in and it'll show you the gas chamber inside. And that's what kind of the examiners would like to see, I'd say. Okay. I didn't do this the last time, guys. So you're doing far more than the previous guys ever did. So I think you're doing really well. And that's great to see because we're always improving. And look, girls, you know this stage, I'm learning myself as well. Okay. So there we go. There's my views. You obviously organize them certain bit on the page. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to add some annotations, elevation, end elevation, plan. So we go up here to annotation and you click on note. Now, straight away, I've selected note and look, it's letting me just click anywhere on the screen. I'm using all capitals, so ELEVATION. There's the elevation. Click anywhere on the screen and it'll prompt you to put in another one. So here, I'm going to say that would be the right elevation on this side because it's when we're looking in from this direction. We're going to say left elevation. Now I should say left end elevation, sorry. Oopsie. Sorry there now. That's what I should have said. Left end elevation. And down here, I'm going to go plan. PLAN. Okay. And over here, what I will say, I'll put in a little note for this one. I'm going to say pictorial view. Okay. And to deactivate the tool, all you do is you press escape. Now, if you need to change anything, just double click it. I'm going to put in a new word here. There you go, right end elevation. And if you don't like where it's positioned, you can move it. Right end elevation. You can just say end elevation as well, that'd be fine. Miss Farrell, I think, might call them end views, that's okay as well. And then our plan goes into the middle. Okay, that's nice. Now what we're going to do is if you want to maybe add some color to that text, so maybe you want to go with a color code, if you click on it, maybe you want to double click it, maybe you want to make sure it's all highlighted, maybe you want to make it bold. Maybe you want to change the font. I don't mind. You do whatever you want. It's up to you. If you like a font, it's no big deal. Okay, that's up to you, girls. You can change a font. If you want to change a color, absolutely fine. You can do custom and things like that. Look, if you want to define custom colors, yeah, okay. I think you can go with things like that. You can see it there. Add custom colors, and you can put it in. But I'm just going to use one as an example. I'm going to go with red, and click OK. And look, there it is. No, it wasn't. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you can see how these things stand out. So you can do little things like that. So that's me showing you that, and it's up to you if you want to do that, girls. Okay. Obviously, look, we've only a certain amount of time, so don't spend too long on this either. Smart dimension then. So in annotation, click on smart dimension, and I would smart dimension certain things of it. Okay. So let's say we smart dimension the overall length. What would you do? You click on this line, see the Smart Dimension tool is active, click here, then you come all the way to the front and you select this edge. And that will allow you to get in the overall length. Come down here and you can do it anywhere, you can do it up or down and click. There's the length. Now maybe I want to show the overall height. You can do it on any view. I'm going to do it on this view as well. I'll do it on this one actually. Click here, the top, and then select any bottom edge, and there's the overall height. Okay, now maybe I want the overall width. So I'll show the overall width in this view. So I'm going to select the outside of the wheel to the outside of the wheel. And I selected the wrong one. There we go. And pop it in the middle. Just little ways, overall length, width and height. Now I'm going to put in some other little things. I'm going to pop in, let's say trying to think now. I'm going to put in the overall measurement for the front spoiler, 65. I'm going to put in the overall measurement for the rear spoiler. This line and this line. I'll put in the thickness of the rear spoiler. There's 10. Okay. Now, the other thing I might dimension is the gas chamber. So I might select this guy and that'll give me an arc radius. It's 9.125. There we go. I'm going to dimension from the center of it, which is this line actually, funnily enough. Yeah, see that line there? And I'm going to dimension that down to the ground. Ooh, a little bit tricky. Press escape on that actually. So sometimes if you want to find the ground here, what you can do is you can go see where it says sketch. I'm going to get a point and I'm going to put the point at the 3 o'clock position here. Click. See that little point there? Press escape. Now go Smart Dimension. Click the point. If I can find it, come on. Sometimes it can be hard to select. There, got it. Took a couple of goes up to this one. That will that's the center line height for the middle of the gas chamber. You could do the overall length of the gas chamber. So you could do a point here and you could put it at this position. See that little point? Then you could go Smart Dimension and you could go from here to here. That's a really handy way of doing your dimensioning for that. Maybe pop it up there. Doesn't really matter which one you do it in. Okay, click OK. Now I'm going to dimension some of the wheels. So the front wheel. So the front wheel, it's hard to see here. There's two wheels, the front one and then there's the rear one here. But I'm going to do the front wheel from there to there. So that's the width of the front wheel. Now let's do the rear wheel, which is the outside part. From here to here. So difference in the wheel. And you might pop in a little note with that. You might say annotation, note, and you might say something like this, rear wheel. And you might put it in centered, so it looks neat and tidy. And you might put in another note for the other one. You might say front wheel. And once again, nice and centered. And you can press escape to deactivate it. And there we go. Okay, little things like that are helpful. Okay, now the next thing we might do is we might say Smart Dimension from, I don't know, maybe the angle created in here. See that little angle in there is 30 degrees. What else could I do? There's lots of little things that are important to the mechanics of the drawing, but and following the rules, excuse me, but we're just showing certain elements of it. Trying to think of other little dimensions I could do now. I might go from wheelbase to wheelbase. So if we go from the axle to this axle, put in that dimension. might actually get rid of that dimension. Sorry, I'm going to get a point. So go annotation, sorry, sketch, and grab a point. And I want you to find the midpoint here. There should be a midpoint right there. Click. And then I'm going to get another point. I'm going to do the same with this one. Click. I'll actually, yeah, and I'll do my dimension, smart dimension. And I'll dimension between the points. That point and that point. So that's the distance between the wheel centers. Sugar. Sorry there, I made a mistake. There we go. Click OK. It's fine. Little things like that. If there's anything else you wanted to mention, Lily, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'd say just try and make it presentable. You don't have to dimension everything. Maybe one other thing then, we might dimension the radius. So if I click on the outside part, there's diameter 30. And click this part. Their diameter 30 as well. Okay. Rear spoiler, if you wanted, you could get dimensions. Wouldn't worry about it too much. And the other thing I would show is the track clearance, actually. Smart dimension, one final one here. I would take the distance between the bottom of the wheel here and the bottom of the body. And you can see our track clearance is 2 millimeters, like that. Sorry, my battery's nearly gone here now. It's just a really handy way of doing it. Okay. And yeah, that's like a nice little drawing sheet for you there. Okay. Obviously, you can jazz it up as appropriately as you want. If you want to scale it up a little bit bigger, you can. But there you go, Lily. That there is a quick little video for yourself and Derval. And when you get that done, you can snip it in. I'll show you how to do it really quick. So what you do here is you go File and Save As. Obviously, yours will be fully done at this stage. Save it wherever you've been saving your stuff. Maybe it's on your desktop. And you'd call it F1. So F1 drawing sheet. Okay, F1 drawing sheet, click save. Now the other thing I would get you to do, and this is really nice, if you want to get a nice image of it, obviously yours is fully done. Imagine yours is fully done at this stage. You'll go File and Save As again. But this time, instead of saving it, see here where it's F1 drawing sheet, save it in the same place, but save it as a PDF. So this thing here, save as type. When it changes to this kind of a document here, it's called an Adobe Portable Document Format, PDF. Click on that and then click Save. Now that'll generate, it'll take a second here, it's generating away. But this is much nicer then. So I can close this down now. This is all saved. I'll close down SolidWorks. And then I'm going to open up, you'll see here, if I go into my folders, it's on my desktop. I should have one here. See it here, F1 drawing sheet. It usually comes in with a Google symbol. If I click that and open it, there's my drawing sheet. But it's a PDF document now, and I can make it nice and big. But what's really helpful here is if you want to save that as an image and put it into your project, you can go here, click on search, get your snipping tool wherever it is, click new, and then you can snip the picture out. Really nice way of doing it. Okay, right click on the image and you will go once again save as. I'm just going to save it into my downloads and I'll call it F1 drawing sheet picture, something like that. And that's really handy way, okay? And just to show you that that did save as a picture, I'm going to close some of these down now. If I go into, you'll see here F1 drawing sheet picture. Double click that. There's the picture. Now I won't double click it. I'm going to go right click and I'm going to go open with. And I'm going to say paint. You can see it'll come up a bit bigger here now, hopefully. There we go. And there's the image. Okay. Obviously, you have the image and you can put it in. As I said to you, yours is going to look a little bit nicer, Lily. You'll maybe have similar dimensions. Maybe you've a couple more, absolutely fine. You want to show angles, just make sure they look presentable. You've got a color on this guy here. And if you want to fill in this space, ask me for help on that, okay, if we have time. But outside that, Lily, you've done absolute loads. And imagine then you could even put drawing images in on that, but you're probably going to be, do you know those pictures you got where you removed the background? You're probably going to be putting those on it as well. Not this now, but on the Canva documents that you've created. Okay, so there you go, Lily. I hope you find that helpful yourself and Derval. Okay.